She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. Thanks so much for joining us today. You know, there's something that on this Money Monday that a couple of days ago, I was kind of having this rant going off in my head, and it happened while I had my cell phone in my hand, and I had realized that this thing is on my body far more than maybe that it should be. So on this Money Monday, we're going to talk about cell phones. We're going to talk about the trend that has happened with them. We're going to talk about, are they actually really helping our lives, or are they robbing us of precious time to do things that are more important to us? Not to mention, is it so much easier to click add to cart from our little phone versus back in the day where we had to like pull cash out of our wallet to actually purchase something? So I want you to think about this for a minute. We're sitting at my house, basically on my back porch, and I was in my bedroom, and it was like time for me to spend some quality time with me and my maker, time with the creator. And I found myself being distracted, and I found myself like, oh man, I gotta text Rachel something, and I gotta text Brian something, and I forgot to tell Hans something, and I found that, man, more and more time was being delayed that morning, and that's not a normal thing. Usually my phone is in a totally different room. I don't want it around me because if it's right there, I seem to pick it up. I somehow want to know if somebody has texted me, if somebody needs something, you know, oh, I'll check my email really fast, or oh, wow, I wonder what's going on Facebook, or oh, did we get that thing posted on Instagram, right? Like, for some reason, this device has started to distract me in ways that I'm not happy with it personally. And so that particular morning was an unusual morning because I normally don't have my cell phone in the place where I'm actually going to pray. And why? Because it's a giant distraction for me. And I also don't have my cell phone on my nightstand either, because of the same reason, right? If it's on your nightstand before you go to bed, what's the very last thing that you're doing with it, right? Okay, and then what's the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning? And so I much rather like look over and see my beautiful husband than to like be tempted to grab this thing called a cell phone. So I started to think about this, and I started to ponder, wow, I wonder if there has been a trend of an increase of spending since we've gotten these cell phones. You know, first of all, yeah, think about this. I don't know if you saw the post of a couple of weeks ago on our Facebook page where my son was actually packing up some boxes of some books, right? And so he was through a bookshelf. He's packing up some boxes because we're in the middle of a move, and he finds this book is the very first book that I ever contributed to, and it had something to do with walking with the wise entrepreneur. So I'm on the cover of it, you know, and this picture on the cover, and below is like Donald Trump and Chuck Norris and Brian Tracy and all these like, you know, big time whatevers. And of course, this is way before Donald Trump was ever going to run for president or ever going to be president, right? So, I mean, you know, right away he takes a picture of it, and Issa sees it. Issa then sends it out to our whole family in our little family chat in the text. And wow, you know, that was like, what a moment. But then I started to think about, wow, 2004. Wow. I didn't have a cell phone in 2004. I was a multimillionaire in 2004, but I did not have a cell phone in 2004. What else did I not have? I didn't have email in 2004. I did not own a personal computer. I did not have a laptop. I didn't have a desktop. I didn't have a computer, right? Hans did because he built businesses online. Okay, but I didn't have email. I didn't have a cell phone. There was no Facebook back in 2004. No Instagram, no Twitter, no, I think there was MySpace. Do you remember that ridiculous thing? You know, that my oldest daughter, you know, she had a MySpace with all her pink stuff that was all over the place. And pretty much MySpace was what? It was a place for who? It was pretty much a place for kids. Yeah, like social media was pretty much just for those 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders. It wasn't something that adults were ever involved in, right? So I really began to ponder this and think, wow. All this cell phone, this, what did I do with it? Oops. Oh, well. Anyway, this cell phone, this thing called a cell phone has robbed time, and time is money. And now I find myself engaged into activities that I never once was engaged in before. I didn't have access to once I finally got email, Well, it was on a computer, and you have to know that this check very rarely ever went to a computer, right? Okay, I wrote books on a computer. That's about it. But email, I'm trying to remember when I actually finally buckled and I actually got it. And to be honest with you, I kind of regret that I have it. I really do. I really regret that I have it. Whatever happened to the days where we picked up the phone and we called somebody? What happened to the days, and this is the picture I got in my head as I'm like distracted with my phone and going, I need to go pray. I need to go pray. I need to spend time with God. And yet I had this picture like, whoa, the phone used to be in the kitchen. And yes, we had one in our bedroom. But the phone was in a stationary place glued to the wall. And then, wow, you know, technology changed. Then we got, wow, cordless phones. But still, it was on the jack, right? It was on the charger always. But we didn't have it on our bodies. The phone was not attached to us like one of our limbs, like a part of our body that we can't live without. And so I want you to think about this. How much has your cell phone cost you? How much has it cost you in time? How much has it cost you in money? It's so easy to click add to cart. When we are on Facebook and we see some ad, I've done it myself. You see some ad and somehow they seem to know what you're interested in, right? I mean, all of this data that they're collecting on you and me and your children, your entire family, they know what your interests are. And yet here comes the ads. Okay, so, you know, the ads on fitness, the ads on health, all these different ads, right? Or if you're in business, here comes all the ads of how to make money fast. Or if you are in direct sales, then, oh, all the ads that are coming at you are about, oh, be able to build a business online without ever having to talk to anybody and learn how to generate your own leads. Like, all of a sudden they are targeting specifically what we seem to vote with our dollar, like what we're seeing, what we're clicking add to cart. And it seems to be so simple, right? And most of it is free, right? Like free, yeah, do this, it's free. And then all of a sudden they've got your email and all of a sudden here comes all these upsells and all of a sudden they're grabbing your children's future from you. Between time and money. As we head over to this really quick break, I just want you to ponder on this for a minute. How much time and money is that cell phone really costing you? We'll continue with more right after this. Have you ever wondered if your investments are making enough money for retirement? What if you could buy an investment rental property for as little as $35,000 that rents for at least $550 a month? After Aaron and Drew Hudson asked themselves this question, Hudson Real Estate Investments was formed, and now 200 transactions have been conducted. Their system helps individuals buy and hold real estate. Their definition of a great buy and hold is a property that pays you a monthly positive cash flow from day one. Hudson Real Estate Investments has a team who find properties available for immediate purchase, vet tenants, and have qualified property management in place. So if you're looking to have freedom and live your life on your own terms, grab your phone and text the word future to 484848. Get started today. Text the word future to 484848. Secure your future now. Do you have a closet full of clothes yet say, I have nothing to wear? Are you a mom doing her best but desperately lacking me time? Or maybe your schedule has you dressing practically instead of powerfully. What if I told you there's a system, a blueprint that can save you time, money, and turn every head in the room, as well as impact the world through fashion? Friend, you're in the fashion business whether you like it or not. You're an ambassador representing your faith, your marriage, family, and business. Style is just a skill made easy with 123 Style Me. 10 steps to style success that will expand your leadership, save you hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars. This program will bring you peace of mind, reignite your marriage, make you more productive, respected, and instantly boost your confidence, equipping you to be bold and beautiful. Go to courses.lindapage.com. Again, that is courses.linda, LINDAPAIGE.com, and make a priceless investment in yourself.
Are you confident that you're always getting a good deal? Have you been equipped with the negotiation confidence, strategies, tactics, and supporting tools you need to close world-class deals? Finally, JPA is making the exact same specialized negotiation training and secrets used by the world's largest, most successful corporations available to everyone. Proven in more than 60 countries and used by brands like Adidas, Vodafone, Pfizer, Nokia, and others, the JPA negotiation method will set you up to save money and time while significantly increasing your profits. It doesn't matter if you're buying or selling real estate, closing contracts with suppliers, or selling products and services to individuals or organizations. Using their simple step-by-step negotiation preparation checklist, you'll be ready to confidently slug it out toe-to-toe with the toughest professional negotiators. It's time for you to stop leaving money and opportunity on the table. Go to bizneg.com/events to register now. Again, that's bizneg.com/events. Get registered today.
Did you know you can take the Dani Johnson Show with you wherever you go? It's never been easier to stay up to date with the latest content from Dani with the DaniJohnson.com app. Watch or listen in the car, at the gym, or on the go. Download it now from the App Store and Google Play and never miss a show again. Your family, business, and bank account will thank you. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Sorry. A little distracted. Are you watching me right now on your cell phone? Do you have text messages coming in on your cell phone? Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. This is Money Monday. We're actually filming at our house right now on the back porch. It's simply gorgeous out here. And what I find is that people don't even sit on their back porch anymore and spend quality time with their families anymore because everyone's got this in their hand. This seems to be the thing that we seem to be, I don't know, like all of our attention seems to be here. So I was thinking the other day, is this an addiction? Is there literally an addiction to cell phones? Think about it. Our phones used to be attached to a wall, maybe in 1 to 2 rooms in the entire house. We did not spend a lot of time on that phone. You know what else? We used to spend about $20 a month on a phone bill. And if we were like, yeah, like super important, and we had like that $20 monthly budget for long distance. Remember the long distance bills? Remember all the long distance plans are out there? And it's like, wow, like if you make some good money, you get to have like $20 towards long distance. So it's like $40 a month. Wow. Like that was a lot of money to spend on telecommunication. But today, and by the way, how much did a phone cost? Like literally the phone that plugged into the wall, it was no $1,000. It was no $200. It was no, oh, sign up for this plan for the next 2 years and we just add it to your cell phone bill. I don't know if you realize, but your cell phone is costing you a lot of money, like a ton of money. And I want you to really think this through because people want to become wealthy, right? People want to get ahead financially. And yet they start with something like this as a 4th grader that their parents hand them. And now they are hooked to the drug. And now they're hooked to the World Wide Web. And now they're hooked. In fact, literally today, as I was making preparations for tonight's dinner, my daughter is on the phone with me and she says, oh, I just got a notification that one of my kids just bought a game. How? On her little tablet. Yeah, she said it was like $2.19. But look, she's 11 years old. She has a tablet and is able to click add to cart for some game, whether she did it on purpose or did it by accident, doesn't matter. But there's $2.19, right? Now listen, you say that you want your family to be financially independent, right? I want you to look at your habits. Are your habits leaning in the direction of financial independence? Or are you doing what 98% of the population is doing? who ends up dead or dead broke by the age of 65, dependent on their family, friends, and federal government for their main source of income. How does it start? It starts with a simple thing. I'm gonna call it an addiction, friend. I really am. Why? Check out this statistic. According to TechCrunch.com, it says Americans are spending more than 5 hours a day on their cell phone. So what did we used to do before we had cell phones? What did we do with that extra 5 hours a day? Because right now we got 24 hours a day. It's not like, oh, we got a cell phone now and now we get 29 hours a day. No, we got 24 hours in a day. So where did we steal those 5 hours from? Where did we steal the 5 hours that we are now spending on our cell phones? And I think it's safe to say that I think people spend a whole lot more. I mean, if that's the American average, I would say that people are spending a whole lot more than 5. Because if that's the average, there's a lot of people that still don't even have cell phones, or they might have the little flip phone. Or to be honest with you, I'm like really considering going back to my little flip phone that I cannot text on, that I can't get text messages on. And why? I think it's a time robber. And I think I am actually questioning it myself. And I have a feeling that we might have an addiction. We might have an addiction that we're not even aware of. And this thing called a cell phone, we have been so attached to it. It's almost like it's one of our arms. It's a finger, it's a leg, it's part of our brain. But is it really serving us? Is it really giving us a better quality of life? Is it really helping us out financially? I know that you just answered, yes, it is, to all of those questions. Well, then why don't you see what happens if you give it up for a month? What happens if you get, oh, Dani, like I can't give it up for a month. I do all my business on this thing. Okay, great. Then I want you to treat it as though it's attached to the wall. Okay, so if you have a business and you're using your cell phone, then put it on your desk. Wherever it is that your workspace is, let it be there. And during your business hours, you go to it. Just like what computers used to be. You go to it during your business hours and you're using it during those business hours. Now, what do? We have this thing in the car with us. I hate to tell you, but you might be one of those, and I might be one of those, I'm not saying nothing, that it goes in the bathroom with you. Like, the phone in the bathroom. Come on, think about it. Like, we can't even do our daily, constitutional in peace anymore. Which, if you have kids, you probably haven't been able to do that in peace in a long time. I've got 3 kids that seem to knock on the door still as adults. Anyway, my point is that where do these 5 hours come from? Think about the mind space. Think about the mind space that the cell phone is stealing away from us. Think about all the things that are being introduced to you and your husband and your wife and your kids. Think about the mind space that's being sucked out of your staff, your team, your sales force. And why? We are so distracted with this thing. So I actually personally want to do a little study on what are the habits of addictions? What are the signs of an addiction? Because I'm actually curious. Am I addicted to this? I know this. This is probably the biggest distraction in my entire life. I think it is. And I don't really like it. I don't really like it. I don't like how easily accessible I am through it. I don't like how easily accessible I can access other people through it. I don't like that I don't pick up the phone to call and hear someone's voice as much anymore as it is a quick, bam, let me shoot you a quick text. So now there's less conversating. There's less of that intimate connecting. But now it's just quick 2 words or 3 sentences or whatever. So I have a question for you. Are you addicted to something that's costing you a lot of money and robbing you of the time that you could actually be making money instead? Think it through, friend. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
Financing a home can be a nightmare if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Ask me. I know this. That's why the first thing you have to do is find a mortgage company you can trust that has your back through the entire process. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading your current one, or looking for an investment property, Rick Fujisaki at Wintrust Mortgage wants to win your trust. Rick understands the mortgage industry, and he can take all the stress out of financing a home for you. His easy-to-use worksheets will help you calculate the mortgage you can afford. And he has a unique tool designed to help you find and set aside money for your down payment. And when you work with Rick, who, by the way, I love, a portion goes to caring for the poor through King's Ransom Foundation. So visit loanmortgageguys.com and start building your dream today. Again, contact Rick at loanmortgageguys.com.
Prior to getting to Dani Johnson's First Steps to Success, my husband and I were completely broke. We just filed bankruptcy. We lost our home to foreclosure and we were on food stamps. After the second day of her event, we figured out where all our money was going. We got ourselves out of debt in 3 months. We paid off $18,000 worth of debt and are completely debt-free. And now we've finally created a life of our dreams. We've made a 6-figure business and we're just doing everything that we want. So if you're thinking about coming to First Steps to Success, you've got to make it happen. Sign up right now and make sure you don't miss it.
Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, I was hopelessly lost in addiction. My relationships with people, coworkers, family, friends failed. I was struggling under the bondage of debt, and I had no clear vision or purpose for my life. After attending my First Steps to Success, I've been able to pay off $7,000 in debt in about 4.5 months. I have a clear vision and purpose for my life. I can honestly say that my addictions are a thing of the past. If you're interested in changing your life in whatever way, in whatever area, you need to log into DaniJohnson.com and you need to be at the next First Steps to Success.
Prior to coming to First Steps, I was miserable. I never talked to people because I thought I was shy, I thought I was boring, and I thought that I was destined to be alone forever. After coming to First Steps to Success, I broke through all of those lies. I built confidence and I used the skills that I've learned there to get myself an amazing job where I will be put quickly into a position of leadership. So if you're ready to find out who you are, why you are the way you are, and how to get new skills to dramatically change your life, you need to join me at the very next First Steps to Success. No excuses, no delays, get registered now.
Hi, my name is Paul. I'm from Massachusetts. And before plugging into DaniJohnson.com, I was buried under a sea of self-doubt, fear, and my communication skills were non-existent. Sales non-existent as well. But after attending First Steps to Success, my sales have quadrupled, my fear has been lifted, and my relationships are better than ever because I communicate better than ever. If you want your life to turn around, all your dreams start coming to fruition, you are going to be at First Steps to Success.
Prior to plugging in to Dani Johnson, my husband and I were drowning in a sea of debt. I had broken relationships all around me of the ones that I cared most about, and I had started a company that was losing more money than it was making. And after plugging into Dani Johnson, we have paid off $196,000 in 13 months. My company has grown 90%, and I have relationships that I could never have even imagined with the ones I care most about around me. So I don't know about you, maybe you're making all the money you need to, maybe you're doing great, maybe your relationships are phenomenal, but if they're not, I encourage you to get to the next First Steps to Success.
What multimillionaire do you know that volunteers their time to help ordinary people like you and me? There's only one. This is The Dani Johnson Show.
Are you addicted? You're like, no. You don't even know what I'm asking you about. Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. This is The Dani Johnson Show. Today we're talking about the possibility of an addiction to a cell phone. It's Money Monday, and I'm here to tell you some facts. Fact. Your cell phone is a very expensive tool. Dani, I got it for a really good deal and I'm just paying a little bit of dollars every single month. Friend, there used to be a time in our country where we didn't spend more than $20 a month on telecommunications. You're spending more than $20. No, I'm on my parents' cell phone bill. Friend, grow up and get your own cell phone plan. Number one, but listen to me. We are spending a crazy amount of money on telecommunications. And I found myself asking this question, man, is there perhaps an addiction to a cell phone? The phone used to be attached to a wall. It is no longer. It's attached to our bodies. Wherever we go, we see people on them constantly. Has it really improved our lives? Or has it pulled us away from really important relationships? So then we decided to dig a little further to find out, wow, is there really perhaps a cell phone addiction? Well, let's just look at addiction in general. What are the signs of addiction? Well, here's a short list. Obsessive thoughts and actions. Obsessive thoughts and actions. Do you have some obsessive thoughts and actions? You're like, no, hey, oh, I gotta check this thing out. I gotta know what's going on over here. Oh, what's going on Instagram? Oh, what's going on with Facebook? Oh, I gotta check Twitter. Oh, what's going on with the president? Oh, wait, what's going on with J-Lo? Wait, what's going on with my guru for business? Wait, what's going on with my children? Come on. Oh, has anyone emailed me? Oh, I better check my text messages. Come on, the average person, it says, is spending 5 hours a day on their cell phones. We have 24 hours in a day. What could you be doing with that time? Have you been sucked into the obsessive thoughts of a cell phone and what goes on your cell phone? Here's another one. Okay, so again, just check these off the list. See if you have any of them. Okay, disregard of harm caused by loss of control. Whoa. Yeah, like all those people on social media who absolutely annihilate people's character. They annihilate people's character of which they do not even know. It happens on my page where people that don't know anything about me, they know nothing about my family, they know nothing about what we do. They do not know that 100% of the profits from our company goes straight to the poor. They do not know that the CEO of the company, me, doesn't take a salary, and yet you're just one of them rich beeps. Like literally cussing me out on my Facebook page? Really? Think about it. So I don't know, that kind of sounds like, disregard of harm caused by loss of control. There's all kinds of people out of control. Think about all the text messages that people are sending, harmful text messages, cussing people out. In fact, I've seen it where people have obliterated their spouse, like attacked them with things they would not say with their mouth to the person's ear, but they are willing to attack someone's character through their finger, their little freaking thumbs. They're willing to say things that are so harmful. So far, I don't know, friend, have you checked 2 boxes yet? Here's number 3. Denial of addiction or hiding. I'm getting a little uncomfortable here. So, one of the first signs of addiction is denial. Have you been denying the last 2 statements? You might have an addiction. My girlfriend Jen, when she was an alcoholic, she used to say to me, she was my drunk friend. She was my fun friend. She was my drunk, fun friend. She really was. And her and I have been together for almost 27 years, coming up in a few months. And she used to say to me, she goes, the first sign of an alcoholic is denial. And I think I might have a problem, so I don't think I'm an alcoholic. Are you that person with your cell phone? Think about it. So look at this. Denial of addiction or hiding. Do you hide this in your pocket? Do you go to the bathroom with it? Do you hide it when you go into the bathroom? When somebody walks in the room, do you put it down? Come on, friend. When you're in your office and you're on your phone, do you put it down? Somebody walks in like, oh, I don't want someone to see that I have my cell phone in my hand. I've done that. Okay. Oh, what about what's on your screen, right? Think about this. What's on your screen that is on your phone, and you don't want someone to see that you're on social media. You don't want someone to see that you're on a porn site. You don't want someone to see what it is that you're doing. You don't want someone to see, hello, come on, friend. It's the same exact thing as an alcoholic addiction. These are signs of addiction, okay? So here's another one. Anxiousness. This one's good. Anxiousness, okay? Yeah. Are you having increased anxiety since you've had one of these things? What about this? Inattentiveness. Ooh, how can you not click that box? Come on, are you laying in bed with your spouse at night and both of you are on your cell phones? Gosh, man, we have done that. That is wrong. Okay, wow. What should you be doing? You shouldn't be playing with your cell phone. You'd be playing with each other instead. Okay, but look at this, inattentiveness. So everyone at the dinner table, all with their own devices, not communicate, that's inattentiveness. It's not paying attention to the people that you love, not paying attention to the things that are important to you. So that's exactly what a drug addict, what an alcoholic, what a sex addict, what a food addict does, and here we go. These are all the same addiction signs. Do you have any of these? Here's one, lack of motivation. I will tell you right now, friend, I will tell you right now, wow. Listen, I've been helping people succeed in the marketplace for the last almost 30 years. And I will tell you that there has been an increase of lack of motivation in the United States of America. In the Americans, somehow they are Americans these days. They have a lack of motivation. How crazy is this? Irritability or angry outbursts. I think that since these things have hit the market and have been in the hands of men, women, and children, that there is absolutely more angry outbursts. Have you noticed the increase of hostility just driving somewhere? People fly off the handle and start cussing each other out. It's crazy. I'm not saying it didn't happen back then, but I'm saying there has been an increase of irritability throughout our population, clearly. Okay, changes in personality or attitude. Whoa. Emotional and mental withdrawal from people. That's another sign of addiction. Sudden mood swings, unexplained paranoia. These are all signs of addiction. Friend, it's time to evaluate yourself. Unfortunately, I can check too many boxes on the list I just gave you. For the sake of your future, your finances, your career, for the sake of your family's finances, for the sake of your health, for the sake of everything that's important, put the thing down. Thanks so much for joining us today. This is Dani Johnson. We'll talk to you soon.